बीएड पार्ट थर्ड के विद्यार्थियों का एक बार फिर से स्वागत। आज हम डिस्कस करेंगे द ड्रोवर्स वाइफ द स्टोरी, जो उनके सेकंड पेपर के अंदर आती है। इससे पहले की वीडियो में हमने ड्रोवर्स वाइफ के समरी और राइटर के बारे में पढ़ा था। इन टुडेज वीडियो वी विल डिस्कस द मेन कैरेक्टर्स ऑफ द स्टोरी द ड्रोवर्स वाइफ। So first we will discuss the main character, the drover's wife, or chief characteristics of the drover's wife. The drover's wife is the central character in the story. The first time we read the drover's wife, we are deeply moved and impressed by the vivid images of the drover's wife. Her perseverance, bravery, humor, passion, and love for life, for her family, love for life and for her family. We can find almost all the women's fine characteristics on her, but we even don't know her name, which is not given out by the author, for she can be anyone living anywhere in the world. She is indeed the great woman, good mother and wife. So this is the main character, central character of the story. She inhabits the Australian bush together with her four ragged, dried up looking children and has to encounter various hardships during her husband's absence. She is lonely and poor but remains strong, dreaming of fashion and another life. As she waits up for the snake, she recalls various dangerous situations she had to face in her life. It is apparent she is accustomed to the hardships that life brings her, and that she is capable of taking care of herself and the children. The snake, that represents another threat, is also eventually defeated. She has no other option than to continue being strong and brave. However, her tears at the end of the story suggest that even she has her limits, and that these limits may be reached some day. The drover's wife is just a common woman in the bleak Australian bush, whose husband is always away from home to work and leaves her alone in the bush with their house to guard and children to take care of it. It is well known how hush the environment it is in the lonely Australia bush, and how many difficulties and challenges will be faced by the woman. However, women tend to be vulnerable but will show great courage and bravery in front of any disaster and challenge. One day, when a dangerous, enormous snake slips under the house and threatened her four children's life, she puts her four children on top of a table and sacrifices a whole night's sleep to keep watch on the snake. Women tend to be vulnerable, but she shows great courage and bravery in the fight against the snake, which is actually the representative of her enemy. The bush is in a large sense. While waiting for the snake, some of the past incidences flashed through her mind one by one. Amazingly, the drover's wife is able to confront challenges single handedly, but every difficult experience that she can remember has taken place in her husband's absence. She has raised their children on her own and constantly protects them from dangers like snake bites and fires. Many people would not be able to handle the incredible loneliness of life in the bush, but the drover's wife says she is used to being left alone. She once lived like this for 18 months. She was once young with all her girlish dreams and aspirations, but after her marriage to a drover, she has to suffer from a life of separation and loneliness, and she is left alone with countless fighting against all the harshness in her dull life. She has sacrificed her femininity because her surroundings are not favorable to the development of the womanly or sentimental side of nature. The only thing left to feed her womanhood is the young lady's journal, which is reminder of the dreams she had as a girl that never came to be. It is true that the life in the bush is tough, but the drover's wife never loses her keen sense of humor, which constantly saves her from emptiness and bleakness. Harsh life doesn't reduce her tenderness. Her love for husband and children is beyond everything. Every time her husband returns, the woman is very happy. She usually gets him something good to eat, tidies up the children. The bushwoman loves her children above all, but has no time to show it. The children have a very harsh impressions on her. Still, in the last sentence, we see proof of her love for them, and she hugs him to her worn out breast and kisses him, and they sit thus together while the sticky daylight breaks over the bush. All the wife shows out her strongness and bravery, but beneath her tough exterior, the drover's wife is a sensitive and expressive person. Actually, when a flood breaks the dam which the woman's husband made, her heart is nearly broken too, for she is afraid how her husband would feel when he comes home and sees the results of years of labor swept away. She cries then. It is not for herself that she cries, but for her husband. The drover's wife is overcome by emotion again at the end of the story. After the snake has been killed, The battles of her life has been worn her out, but in her exhaustion she begins to weep. Her eldest son notices her tears and comforts her, saying, "Mother, I won't never go droving. Bless me if I do." By then, the readers are also deeply moved by such a scene. It is well known that the environment could decide one's character, and the drover's wife is a live example. The bleakness and harshness in the Australian bush make a girl grow to a strong and brave wife as well as a good mother. What's important, the author successfully portrays such a vivid imagery with flesh and life. No wonder this piece of work is said to be one of the most successful writing. So this is the character sketch or characteristics of the drover's wife.